Making headlines tonight. Clarification given on whether or not seniors have to pin their new ID cards for free travel on the bus. Significant support provided for an important program offered by the Autism Association of Barbados. The extreme heat affecting the farm's milk production in a significant way. And in sports, Barbados Tridents lose a lopsided battle with host Nicaragua in the Nations League.
Broadcasting from our studios in the Pine St. Michael, this is CBC NewsNight, starting now.
A very good evening to you with CBC NewsNight. I'm Ryan Broom, and our top story. Prime Minister Mia Amor-Motley has clarified the issues surrounding the new national identification cards and urged Barbadians to go ahead and complete the process. She addressed the matter while accompanied by some of her cabinet colleagues, officials from the Transport Board and the Barbados Association of Retired Persons. Trevor Thorpe reports.
The meeting was convened in the Edna-Bourne Committee Room of Parliament. Prime Minister Mia Amor-Motley told the media Barbados is doing well with the transition from the old ID cards to the new ones. She encouraged Barbadians who have not yet done so to complete the registration process.
We've had about 2 extensions already, and this afternoon we have agreed that we will extend that further from October 31st to January 31st, recognizing that we are doing well. We have over 220,000 Barbadians who have already registered. Most of them have picked up their cards. There's still a few who have to pick it up. With respect to the movement of persons on the Transport Board, we also agreed that persons will be allowed to use both their digital card as well as the old card.
The Prime Minister said bus terminals and post offices will be used to facilitate the process in the new arrangement that will be available from Monday to Saturday.
It will be available in the post offices, the 14 post offices. The initial date is between now and the end of October, but once again, Barbadians know that if there's a need to extend, we will extend. But what we're adding to the mix, and what most people perhaps are not aware, is that over the course of the last few months, we have been able to go to a number of senior citizens' homes and take the pictures for them in situ in their home. And therefore, if we were able to do that, then we will also be able to do it with pinning for those who, for whatever reason, may not be able to make it.
And with regards to the pinning of ID cards, Prime Minister Motley noted that public transport is not only in the hands of government, but private individuals as well, and accuracy and accountability have become more critical as we move towards a cashless society.
The density of buses, if you recall, in the emergency management orders was reduced to 50%. But yet, the ridership goes from 1,373,059 in 2019 to 1,584,883 in 2020 to 1,965,995 in 2021. And then 2,205,801 in 2022. I accept 2022. But it is difficult for the officers who advise us to accept that the numbers increased at the very time that you place restrictions on movement to the whole country. But even before the whole country, who were you reporting that we were restricting and asking to stay home? It was the pensioners. And then when you add to that the actual PSVs and Transport Board buses could only carry 50% density because of COVID, these numbers defy rational understanding.
The Prime Minister said the national identification card will make transactions between government and public seamless. Trevor Thorpe, CBC News.
Thanks, Trevor. Well, government is making a significant contribution to an important program offered by the Autism Association of Barbados. It is providing some 836.5 square meters of land through a lease agreement to the association for its basic life skills program. Located within historic Bridgetown Annex Garrison, the site housed the annex to the Caribbean Examinations Council, but has not been in use for a number of years. Senior Minister in the Prime Minister's office, Dr. the Honorable William Duguid, says a proposal was made by the Autism Association back in 2021. Now, during debate on a resolution in the lower house, he saluted the work of such charitable organizations, noting he has seen the benefits of their programs.
Through training and persistence in getting those children to a higher level, by keeping at them and keeping them training, can transform and make those children better able to take care of themselves. May not be to the extent that another person would, but certainly improve the ability for them to handle themselves. So this life skills is vitally important, and a place to teach these life skills to children with autism as just as important as ever, so that we can give every single person a chance and leave no person behind in this society.
Contributing to the debate, MP for St. Thomas, Cynthia Ford, a former Minister for People Empowerment, called for more help for disabled children.
I am one who believes that children who are disabled, when they are on holiday, should be able to go to the doctor's assignments and the therapists and whoever for free. We're doing it for the senior citizens. We need to do more for them. That will ease the pocket of those parents who have to stay at home and just rely on a welfare grant or a neighbor or a family member offering them something to be able to care for their children and for them to enjoy the quality life that we know that they all deserve.
Minister of People Empowerment and Elder Affairs, Kirk Humphrey, wants Barbados to empower its non-governmental organizations or NGO sector.
I believe very strongly, at the end of the day, the best way to build social capital, to deliver on the promise of Barbados, is to do it through the legitimate organizations that were created, sir, for this particular purpose, sir, and they're doing it with only their heart. Many of these organizations struggle. I wonder sometimes, sir, allow me to say the name of the president, Mr. Frank Johnson, sir. I wonder sometimes if this man sleeps.
In other news now, extreme weather conditions have resulted in at least one dairy farmer registering a 15% fall off in milk production. It's Sunset Dairy Farms in Connelltown, St. Lucie. And that's where our Crystal Hoyt went for this report.
The hotter than usual days in Barbados are not only impacting people, the animals are feeling the heat too, and farmers know this only too well. Owner of Sunset Dairy Farms, MacDonald Stevenson, has been explaining the impact on his cows.
The heat has been really stressful on the animals in the last couple of months because we were getting temperatures of like 90, 91 degrees. A cow can tolerate 78, 80 degrees. From the time you go beyond that, the cow becomes stressed. So what happens then, the cow eats less, and now is using the energy from the body. Instead of producing milk, they're trying to cool down themselves. So you suffer on milk production. In terms of your fertility, breeding and so, they don't breed back that well. And then the immunity drops. So any little sickness, it would take a higher toll on them. So it's more likely than ever that on those conditions, your animal might die.
If you could give a percentage in terms of your losses these last couple of months as a result of these weather conditions.
The production drop is like 15%. So you're seeing lower levels of production.
How does that translate in terms of dollars and cents?
It goes into the thousands of dollars. It is a significant drop, so it's a significant impact on your business. And that you still have to buy feed, pay for water, electricity, and so based on all that. So it's a significant impact.
Mr. Stevenson is also advising farmers not to leave their animals exposed in the sun, given the extreme weather conditions. Crystal Hoyt, CBC News.
Thanks, Crystal. Well, coming up, Barbados and African countries strengthening ties through MOUs. Well, several memoranda of understanding have been inked between Barbados and Kenya's government and other entities as the island moves to advance its relationship with Africa. High Commissioner of Barbados to Kenya, Ambassador William MacDonald, sees this as significant since actively working in the African nation in the past 15 months. Now, the MOUs cover several areas. He provided further insight during the Conversations on CARICOM segment of CBC TV 8's Morning Barbados.
With manufacturers and commercial people, regular interactions with our Chamber of Commerce. We've signed a memorandum of understanding with the Alliance for the Green Revolution of Africa, which deals with really feeding the African continent, and therefore we believe that we have a lot to gain from that, which is wrapped up in our food security. We established an honorary council in Rwanda, which is an important East African country as well. And we hosted a delegation of Rwandan business people in Barbados in August. Bilaterally, we're talking also, of course, about education, culture, trade, and sports. Those are things that I think we can be integral in sharing and benefiting.
And Barbados' ambassador to CARICOM, David Comachong, says Kenya has been a driving force of the Caribbean and Africa coming together.
In fact, one of the reasons High Commissioner MacDonald is in Kenya today is because Kenya took the initiative of reaching out to CARICOM, offering CARICOM office space in Nairobi and saying, look, come, we want you to come and establish a diplomatic presence in Kenya. And Barbados was the CARICOM country that actually, acted upon the offer and set up the High Commission there. So ever since 2021, High Commissioner MacDonald has been in Kenya doing fantastic work.
The traumatic life experiences of a number of sex offenders often act as triggers for their crimes. That's according to Acting Chief Probation Officer Denise Agard. She revealed when the Probation Department conducts reports on these individuals, a lot more comes to light. In relation to the demographic of the offenders, it's predominantly men. To address the case backlog and dealing with the offenders, the Probation Service is in need of additional manpower.
We have put in requests before the Ministry of Public Service to have an increase in our staff to deal with these situations because, as you would understand, the sentence report is done, it's supposed to be done within 8 weeks, and something that's not always possible. We have to put in factors for officers going on vacation, officers having sick leave or having other things that they have to do. So we really would like at least 3-4 more officers to deal with the backlog that we're getting. The cases, requests are coming fast and furious. We're trying our best to support, but we are really like to have additional staff.
The backlog was also addressed by the Minister of Home Affairs, Wilfred Abrams, who says they are doing their best. The Minister and Ms. Agard were both speaking on the sidelines of a 4-day summit on the rehabilitation and reintegration of sex offenders into the society at the Radisson Hotel. Probation officers from Barbados and others in the legal system were part of the training sessions.
Our justice system is perfectly capable of handling all aspects of complaints, reports, and charges. And they have more resources now than they ever had. It will take a while to get through the backlog, but concerted efforts are being made to reduce that backlog and bring it to parity while keeping abreast and keeping current with the new cases. And I think justice is being served in every respect. But we have limitations in our system. We must accept that, but we're doing the best we can.
Barbados' national vaccination program for COVID-19 has not ended despite the current unavailability of vaccines. Chief Medical Officer Dr. the Most Honorable Kenneth George says there was a shortage of vaccines from the usual sources, adding that the Ministry of Health and Wellness had reached out to the Pan American Health Organization to secure vaccines for adults and children over 12 years old. The last batch of Sinopharm vaccines expired in August this year. Dr. George further noted that while the ministry received offers from COVID vaccines from some international donors, it was unable to accept because of issues surrounding the expiry dates of the vaccines. He assured Barbados the Ministry of Health will continue to explore all avenues with respect to sourcing vaccines. A Barbadian soca queen, Alison Hines, and business executive Trisha Tannis are among the 14 eminent people on whom the University of the West Indies will confer honorary degrees. They will be recognized for their distinguished contribution in their various fields during UWI's upcoming class of 2023 graduation ceremonies starting October 7th. The Cave Hill campus, come October 21st, will recognize 3 individuals. Aside from Hines and Tannis, biochemist Ian Hickling will also receive an honorary degree. Jamaican reggae icon Beres Hammond has been named among the 5 to be honored by the Mona campus come November 3rd to 4th. The St. Augustine campus in Trinidad and Tobago will honor 3 people and the global campus 2.
Sports Night, brought to you with the compliments of Great Health Works, agents for Omega XL.
Time now for our first look at sports. So we say good evening to Damien Best. Damien, the footballers are struggling.
Yeah, tough times for the Barbados senior men's football team. Good evening to you, Ryan. Good evening to our viewers and listeners. Well, Barbados are now rock bottom of Group B in League B of the CONCACAF Nations League after suffering their second loss of the 2023-2024 tournament last night. The senior men's team went crashing to a 5-1 defeat against host Nicaragua, who have retained the top spot with 6 points following their second victory. Trident's lone goal was via Thierry Gill, who converted a free kick in the 89th minute. Here are the highlights.
Breaks through, nodded through, and down. Smith strikes. Nicaragua has a goal in the first 10 minutes. Across the field, choices to be made here. Long shot, stretches the strings. Goes to the middle. Bodies collide, penalty. Moreno to make it 3. Saved by Brathwaite. Second chance, Moreno. No mistakes this time. 3-0. Smith. Taken down. Montez. Plenty of time to make this decision. Barrera making the run. Brathwaite saves. Cannot save the second. Here's Reed Stephen. Cannot get around Rodriguez. Let's see what we get here. Now it appears as if a red card is out and Miguel Rodriguez is going to be sent off. Thierry Gill will have an opportunity to bust up the clean sheet. Gill shoots and he scores. It's a flawless finish from the 21-year-old.
Well, the Tridents, who also lost their opening fixture of Group B against Montserrat 3-2 last Friday, will now look to improve when they play Dominican Republic at home on October 13th at the BFA headquarters in Wildy. The Tridents will need a win if they are to keep their chances of staying in League B alive. Well, Captain Hayley Matthews will lead an unchanged squad for a 6-match women's tour of Australia next month. Having swept Ireland in both ODI and T20 series in St. Lucia last month, the selectors have decided to stick with the squad for the tour down under, which will have 3 one-dayers and a similar number of T20 internationals. The tour will be the first for new head coach Shane Dietz, who arrived in the Caribbean at the end of August to replace Jamaica's Courtney Walsh. The squad includes the Rising Stars quartet of Ashmini Munasar, Janaba Joseph, Zeta James and Janelia Glasgow. The rest of the team is Captain Hayley Matthews, Vice Captain Shermaine Campbell, Aliyah Aline, Shamilia Connell, Afi Fletcher, Sherry-Ann Fraser, Shabika Gajnabi, Chanel Henry, Karishma Ramharat, Stephanie Taylor and Rashada Williams. Well, the T20 internationals will be played October 1st and 2nd in Sydney, with the 3rd in Brisbane on October 5th, while the ODIs will be in Brisbane on October 8th and in Melbourne on October 12th and 14th. Antoine Lilman Daniel was in top form over the weekend when the Barbados Road Tennis Open continued at the Dighton Power Roads facility in Bush Hall. Playing before a massive crowd, Daniel sent 3rd seed Dario Hines packing in straight games, 21-17, 21-17 in 27 minutes of action. The victory by Daniel meant that last year's 3rd place winner in the competition, Hines, makes an early exit.
The last time these players met would have been in the Barbados Challenge special in December of 2022. 8-7-6. Oh, what a shot there. What a shot. 8-7-6. A 14-16 rather than a 17-13. No sitting room in the arena. Power serve to the forearm. That's the flight. That's the power of little man Daniel. Daniel finding it difficult to close that gap. Hines looking for 5. That was an injection off the top shelf. And that's it, as Anton Little Man Daniel will advance to the round of 16, defeating Dario Hines once again.
One of the other results, Mosiah Williams eased past Shaquan Henry 21-17, 21-16. Seth Best was too good for Trevor Eiffel, also winning in 2 straight games, 21-18, 21-13, while Dre Smith recovered from losing his first game to beat Terry Smith 14-21, 21-18, 21-14. In the ladies' action, Estefine Holder eased past Sharon Small at 12-14. Kezia Blunt defeated Samantha Rogers at 18-16, and Angela Burrows got the better of Jessica Holder Vaughn 21-14, 21-16. Now the tournament continues on Sunday at Silver Hill in Christchurch, which will bring an end to the round of 32.
The Business Report, brought to you by the Youth Entrepreneurship Scheme, a department of the Ministry of Youth and Community Empowerment, supporting young entrepreneurs from idea to enterprise.
In tonight's last business report, creativity runs in the family, and one young woman is ensuring that the important traditions will continue.
It was back in April when Azifo Onifa started her business, Afino Creations. She says she initially started the business as a side hustle while studying at the Palm Marine. But with parents who have been in the craft business for more than a quarter century, Azifo says it was almost a natural progression to also find herself in a creativity-based business now located at Synagogue Lane in the city.
I basically had a lifelong journey in arts and craft, which helped me to create my own divine change to my best ability. Being that it is embedded in my DNA, I have a passion for fashion, a genuine passion for fashion, I should more say. I love how free and diverse the fashion industry can be, and my type of fashion is created to focus on bettering self, and so people will be able to express how they feel about themselves truthfully. How I do my pieces is sometimes I meditate on the type of style that I want to create so that it will be an authentic style, that no one else would have this style. Start there, and I build them from scratch, not basically making the wire, but I buy the wire, buy the stone or buy the beads, and then I put it together to create a one-of-a-kind design.
And while the business specializes in a wide variety of handmade jewelry and accessories, the 21-year-old says they are always willing to work with both male and female customers to help bring design concepts into reality.
I offer a variety of different products, from necklaces, earrings, bracelets, anklets, to body chains. I also like to incorporate custom orders for my customers so that I will be able to build a customer relationship with myself and my clients so that they could channel their beautiful, authentic designs and I could create them, and we could then blend our ideas to make something blossom. Each individual have their own special taste in jewelry and in fashion also too. So I like to let the customer come to me and pick for themselves the variety that I offer, from the variety that I offer on the things that they would prefer.
She adds that the response from customers to the pieces so far has been amazing, adding that she has been able to capture a cross-section of age groups from the young to the middle-aged to the more mature customers. She also says that Yes has been playing a key part in the development of the business.
The reason that I started Yes was because of my cousin. She encouraged me to join it. After I joined, Yes had helped me with building myself and my business also too, with self-development, and also meeting different entrepreneurs that inspire me to learn more in the industry. It was very motivating, honestly. And Yes also helped me in participating in different events and also in different classes that would be beneficial for my business and the growth of it.
And looking towards the future, she says expansion of the business is high on the priority list, but continuity of the family business legacy is also important.
My plans is to create an international boutique. so that not only in the Caribbean would I be able to distribute the stuff that I make, but internationally. But before I get to that point, I also want to be able to teach it to others so that the craft will continue and other people will be able to see the benefits that being an arts person and someone in craft could help.
And she says tie-dye pieces have also been added to the business's repertoire thanks to the input of her partner, Tishawn Lewis. Now, if you'd like to get in contact with Afino's Creations, check them out on Instagram at Afinos_Creations, on Facebook at Afino's Creations, via WhatsApp at 823-9606, or just pay them a visit in Synagogue Lane in the city.
Members of the public are being reminded that their feedback on the draft Physical Development Plan 2023 is important, and they're being encouraged to comment on the document, which is currently available online. The document may be accessed by visiting the Planning and Development Department's website at www.planning.gov.bb or the Barbados Government Information Services website at www.gisbarbados.gov.bb. Now, members of the public may also access copies of the plan by visiting the Planning and Development Department, first floor Warren's Office Complex, Warren St. Michael, Mondays to Fridays, and the main library, Fairchild Street, Bridgetown, Mondays to Saturdays. And according to the Planning and Development Department, the plan, which sets out government's vision for development across Barbados, provides a spatial framework to deliver its mandate for development. Well, time now for a second half look at sports, so we head over to the sports studio. Welcome back, Damien Best.
Yeah, thanks so much, Ryan. Going to flex some muscles for this one. Michaela, Gigi, Faria, and Sanaj Lewis were the big winners at the 50th edition of the Barbados Amateur Bodybuilding and Fitness Federation National Championships over the weekend. Let's take a look. Nationals 2023, Wildy Gymnasium, the venue, always a vocal and eager crowd on hand to support. Let's start with the men's classic physique. Some keys to success in this one: visible separation within the abdominal region, delineation in the deltoids, triceps and biceps, and of course clean lines between the quadricep muscle groups and hamstrings. Well, you don't have to look too far. Gerard Mason of Extreme Body Mechanics, first from left, deliver the goods. Teardrops in the thighs, details in the calves, and he showed excellent balance to get over Ronaldo Bourne of Formula Body Tuning, along with Kurt Bavell of Body Shapers. Men's muscular physique was won by Winston Burrows of Quantum Fitness, center of your screen. Corey Withers to the left was second, and Derek Clark third. Burrows was in a class of his own, to be honest. The balance was there, and the upper body showed his attention to detail. Men's physique is always very popular. The group winners included Bakaya Providence of Better Life Fitness Workshop. He took the top honors in the seniors over 173 centimeters open class. Julian Belgrave took the seniors up to and including 173 centimeters, and Kurt Bavell won the masters open class. On to the overall men's bodybuilding showdown now. 5 entries battling for the coveted title of champion of champions. Sanaj Lewis from Apple Grove Gym, second from right. Look razor sharp for the assignment. His upper body put him well ahead of the others. Third from right, teenager Timon Howard, a fast rising athlete in the sport, displayed good abdominals, but will still be lacking in terms of mass among the other experienced athletes. The judges will be looking for a level of conditioning and muscular fullness among the criteria. Well, after the compulsory poses, front double bicep, front lat spread, side chest, rear bicep and abs and thighs. In the end, it would be Lewis who would take home the spoils, getting the better of Nicholas Harris and veterans Joseph Bourne and Curtis Kirby. Well, there were 5 entries for the women's wellness section. What are we looking for? A muscular lower half rather than the upper half of the body. Shoulders, triceps and biceps should be prominent here than a bikini competitor. Number 69, Lovette Shepherd of Beyond Limits Fitness Center, with aesthetics, hair, makeup, and of course the leg power was not to be denied. Misha Thompson and Lisa Adams of Formula Body Tuning were second and third, respectively. Well, it was a 1-2 for the Rashidas in the women's body fitness. Rashida Belgrave of Hilton Fitness Gym, first from the left, shortest of the four. Best met the criteria of tone and shape and having a small amount of body fat. I'll tell you what, it had to be very close. Her gym mate Rashida Gill looked right on the money, but will have to work on stage presence. The ladies' bikini sections was dominated by Michaela Gigi Faria. First, she won the Bikini Fitness Masters, representing Beyond Limits. She got the better of second place Trianne Bavell, Nia Mickey Goodman, and first-timer Joyanne Holford. Wearing a sparkling red bikini and shimmering accessories, Faria, with that neat waist, shapely deltoids, and even-toned skin, were all so sweet. The bikini seniors up to and including 164 centimeters. Then she would edge out the radiant Danielle Gill of Beyond Limits for the overall title. Gill, left of screen, who won the ladies seniors over 164, turned her focus to the big prize. Just look at the comparisons. Gigi, a little leaner and sculpted in the thighs. Gill with sleek arms and $1 million smile. In the end, though, somebody had to win, and Farrier took the spoils to end the night of keen competition at the Nationals.
Well, that's our news package. On behalf of the entire team, thanks for being with us over the past hour, and do have a good night.